Welcome, everyone, to the Woodbridge Channel's coverage of the 38th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. I'm Craig Coughlin. I'll be joined today by my colleagues Jim Durick and Sean Keevy as the Irish celebrate their heritage and march down Main Street. So let's get started with you, Jim. You've been a Grand Marshal this parade. You've been involved in putting this together. It's a great day, a lot of work, and it should be an exciting event, right?
Oh, it's a tremendous amount of work. I give a lot of credit to Patrick Egan, who was the chair of this year's parade. We had a terrific ceremony this morning at Town Hall. Mayor McCormick and the council hosted it. We had our Grand Marshal Tommy Giblin speak, our Irish Person of the Year, Jimmy Cairns, and our Irish Lady of the Year, Ronnie Welch, plus the lady in waiting, Kelly Danielle Egan, and a Miss American Irish, Kelly Vasquez. It was a terrific ceremony, and Tommy gave a great rendering of A Mother's Love. I haven't heard that in years and years. But it is a beautiful day. We should have a great parade, Craig.
Should be. And Sean, you've gone all out. You have really grabbed the Irish spirit today. Got that green hair, green mustache, green beard.
I'm a full Irishman. I was born in Galway myself. I came here when I was 2 years old. Well, when Tom Gibbons sent our edition of Mother's Love is a Blessing, I think it was a little teary-eye in everybody's eye when they remember what their mothers were like. I think it's going to be a great day. This weather will clear up a little bit. Hopefully get a little warmer.
Well, that means a lot because you're going to be the man on the street. So if it was raining and cold, you'd be freezing, right?
And I wouldn't have a green beard either, no.
Otherwise, you'd have a green shirt, too. Exactly. Well, it's always a lot of fun. It's a great day. It's a great parade. So stay tuned, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We'll be with you for the start of the parade in just a minute.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the 38th Annual Woodbridge St. Patrick's Day Parade, sponsored by the American Irish Association of Woodbridge Township, which was founded a mere 45 years ago, back on July 4th, 1966, by Michael McGovern and Joe Jackson. This is Jim Durick, and along with Craig Coughlin, who will be joining me shortly, as well as our man on the street, Sean Keevney, will be broadcasting this year's parade to you. As you can see right now on our screen, as we do every year, the parade is being led off by our local Woodbridge Township Police Department. They lead the honor guard, and each and every year they lead off our parade. And by the way, without their support, they lend a lot of support, as well as the Woodbridge Township Department of Public Works, Mayor McCormick, the council. They certainly lend a lot of logistical support to the American Irish Association. They are followed by the Central Jersey Leathernecks Marine Corps League, the Honor Guard, and traditionally they are in the very early part of the Honor Guard of our St. Patrick's Day Parade. Shortly, we'll be seeing a number of our honorees this year, and Tommy Giblin is this year's Grand Marshal. Jim Cairns, Irish Man of the Year, the Irish Woman of the Year, Ronnie Welsh. Miss American Irish, Kelly Vasquez, Lady in Waiting, Danielle Egan. That's one of our Marine members. That was Ray Fleming that you just saw. And this year we have our local high school football teams participating, and it's a Woodbridge High School football team that is in your screen right now, and they're carrying the American flag. Followed by the cheerleaders, and now in your screen you see the John F. Kennedy High School football team, and they are carrying the tricolors, the Irish flag, followed by the John F. Kennedy cheerleaders, and that's a new addition for this year. And we welcome all of you. John F. Kennedy always looking fit and fine in their traditional green on our St. Patrick's Day parade here in Woodbridge. They are followed by the Colonia Volunteer Fire Department over on Inman Avenue in Colonia under the leadership of their chief, Bob Green, and one of many volunteer first aid squad, fire department groups that we will see here today that lend their time and their energy, a lot of family support to our volunteers to help keep our township here in Woodbridge safe. Always the vehicles are spick and span clean. You see a lot of green shamrocks today. And we say hello to you, welcome you, and thank you for your time. They are followed by, should be, the Colonia High School Band, the Colonia Marching Patriots, and Colonia High being one of 3 high schools here in the township. We saw earlier Woodbridge High School, John F. Kennedy High School in the Island section of town, and now we have the Colonia Marching Patriots. Looking terrific in their outfits. Shamrocks atop their headgear. And it's a fine looking group. And here we go, perhaps, with an Irish tune. There's our Grand Marshal for 2011, Tommy Giblin. Tommy Giblin marching with his family members. He's of Montclair. He represents the 34th Legislative District in the Assembly. He's been business manager of the 5,800-member Local 68 of the International Union of Operating Engineers, AFL-CIO, which is in West Caldwell. He began his work in public service in 1977 and has worked on a lot of different commissions here. He served as New Jersey State Democratic Chairman. He has 5 children. They're some of the American Irish Association members. Past Grand Marshal Lincoln Murray was just in the screen. And we have Jim Cairns, who was last year's parade chairman and is this year's Irishman of the Year. Jimmy grew up in Island. He's the son of the late Jim and Lena Cairns. His grandparents were both born and raised in Ireland prior to landing in New Jersey. He graduated from John F. Kennedy High School and has worked for the Township of Woodbridge as a road supervisor with the Department of Public Works for 25 years. He retired this year. He still resides in Island. He's been involved in community service for many, many years. In your screen now is the Middlesex County Sheriff's Department Honor Guard. Under the leadership of Mr. Hernandez. And we see one of the Sheriff Department vehicles. And I know marching in this year's parade is our new sheriff, Millie Scott, who was elected this year for the first time, graduated from Perth Amboy High School. Patrick Egan. Patrick is our chairman of this year's parade, accompanied by his little son. He is following in his father, Ken Egan's footsteps, who was parade chair in 2009. He hails from Menlo Park Terrace. And Kenny's sister, Danielle, is this year's lady in waiting. A lot of work goes into this, ladies and gentlemen. They start around September. A lot of money needs to be raised. They do a lot of work. Here comes the Township of Woodbridge Mayor and Council, Mayor McCormick. I see Jimmy Carroll, both past Grand Marshals. Jim Major, Senator Joe Vitale from the 19th District is here. I saw Assemblyman John Wisniewski, Assemblyman Craig Coughlin, who should be joining me here at any moment. Rick Dolina, and our past Grand Marshals, Jimmy Nolan, hello to you. Jim Major. They are part of our contingent of elected officials, and they are followed by the Fife and Drum Corps, Middlesex County Police and Fire Pipes and Drum Corps. And this is the first of what will be many pipe bands. I believe we'll have 5 or 6 this year. And let's listen in for a minute to the strains of the bagpipes. And I'm joined here now by my dear friend and colleague and Assemblyman Craig Coughlin. Craig,
Hello there,
welcome.
Jim Durick. How are you?
So far, so good. The parade's looking good.
Yeah, looks good. We got another. I saw we have a new camera as I was walking down the street. A little boom there. It looks like. So we get another higher angle shot. That may be it as we talk. Middlesex County Police and Fire Pipe and Drums. There we go. There we are. Been a good parade. Big crowd throughout the parade route. It's a nice enough day.
That's right. You got to march, Craig. So you
I
get
did.
to see the crowd, and as we say every year, thank God except for last year,
All right.
the weather is cooperating. It's the first time in memory that we had to cancel last year.
Yeah, that was tough. Many parades with cancellations.
Yep.
Amboy, I know, was canceled as well. It's just a monsoon and wind, and then it's so hard to reschedule because all of the units are committed. And there they are, the American Irish Association of Woodbridge. And Jim, I know you were a proud member of that. I think you were past president, weren't you?
I was past president. I've been a director. I'm still legal counsel. My mom, Teresa Durick, was a charter member. My dad, who was Slovak, absolutely loved being a member of this club. A extraordinarily wonderful group of people. This morning when we had the ceremony and flag raising at Town Hall, Craig, I know you were there, and Mayor McCormick had mentioned not only all the Irish-related activities that they do, the parade, they had their 45th dance recently, but in the community, working at homeless shelters, the Veterans Home, and the like. And there they are now.
Well, so many of the wonderful groups that we have in town do so much good work that goes unheralded. You know, you see the American Irish today parading down the street and celebrating their Irish heritage, but day in and day out.
God bless Charlie Shaughnessy. And Craig, this is our first parade without Charlie. Charlie passed away since our last St. Patrick's Day parade. Charlie was well loved, great community activist, and he is sorely missed. The banner's being held by his 2 sons.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, when you think of, and there his wife Margaret, right?
Yeah.
Right in the green cape there in the middle, and when you think, I had the great privilege to do
a handful of parades with Charlie.
Right.
And when you just think about his wit and you think about his charm, and there was also a lot of stake with that. I mean, because that sizzle, because he was a man who was completely dedicated to this community. He organized how many cleanups in Colonia, and he really has made a difference. And he is, a friend who will be missed.
Sorely missed. There's our lady in waiting, Danielle Egan. And I did mention it was Charlie's two sons. It was Brian and Robert. He had a daughter, Maureen, as well.
She was here this morning. I saw her with her little daughter, Megan.
Craig, we always had a lot of fun here, and I know Lee and Gina and Emil with Woodbridge TV here miss him as well. But we never knew what Charlie was going to say. He was the great ad-libber.
That's true. When we had, there you see, your very
dear friend,
my
Tom
dear
Henderson.
friend
Tom Henderson. He was Grand Marshal last year.
Right. Didn't get to walk down the street.
Didn't get to walk, and so now he gets to come down in a float. I know with him are the love of his life, Carol Henderson, and his two daughters, Melissa and Valerie. Melissa's with her husband, Bill. They have two children.
There they
little
are.
Braden, little Taylor. They're there. His son, Michael, is there. I see his niece, Rachel. And Tom is another.
Oh, he's a tremendous guy.
He's been treasurer, I think, of everything here in town. The Woodbridge Democratic Organization for 25 years, the Irish Organization for 25 years, Colonia Football. When his son played, he was treasurer there. He did win one of the Woodbridge Volunteer Awards.
And he deserves
Shannon Rose.
Shannon
Regards to Shannon Rose.
Good place to meet for a little pint.
Yep, and we thank you every
manager.
When they have a banner, that means that they're one of the big sponsors here for the American Irish Association and the parade they put on here in Woodbridge, Craig.
That's true. We should probably give the board of directors for the American Irish. With so much hard work that they do. President is Claire Malosha this year. Vice President Jimmy Cairns, and Recording Secretary Cindy Jakovinish, along with Frank Darcy, the Corresponding Secretary, Financial Secretary Fran Wojcik, Tom Henderson, and Ken Egan, the Sergeant at Arms.
And as you mentioned, some of the directors, Justin McCarthy, we call him the Patriarch. He's a charter member. Sean Keaveney, Bill Donovan, Pat Seigler, Joan Diaz, Jack Wall, and we mentioned Patrick Egan as the chair of this year's parade, along with all his committee. Project Children was just in the screen, Craig. And, you know the tremendous amount of work that they have done over the course of the years. And actually, the American Irish Association of Woodbridge, whenever there's an event where Project Children is looking to raise some funds, it's something that we heartily support. One of our own members, Dot Ashton, very active with Project Children. She's one of the coordinators. And what they've done for years and years, although the situation in Ireland, Northern Ireland, is much improved. There's Dot Ashton. She just passed by on the screen. It's much improved, but as we know, Craig, that the Celtic Tiger isn't what it was.
Mm-hmm.
The economy in all of Ireland right now is not good at all. And Northern Ireland in particular. So Project Children, what they do is they take young children from Northern Ireland, bring them here, sponsored by an American family, and give them a terrific summer over here in the good old US of A.
It's a great
organization.
Great program, and thanks for that. We forgot to mention Raritan Bay Medical Center had sent an ambulance, so we saw them go by quickly. There's the Colonel Kelly Ancient Order of Hibernians from South Amboy. They had their parade yesterday. It was a spectacular event. I was able to be there, and they are followed by their pipe and drums. They give a little kudos to the Raritan Bay Medical Center where Tom Henderson works. They sent an ambulance over to mark to be in the parade. To mark it in with George Bullock leading the parade for the South Amboy group. One of the honorees yesterday.
And another one of our pipe and band.
Yeah, this is the Colonel Kelly pipe and drums. They're going off to Savannah to march. John is leaving tomorrow. John, I'm so used to doing it with the mayor. I called him John. Sorry about that.
By the way, I never knew this until recently, but apparently Savannah, Georgia has an awesome St. Patrick's Day celebration. I've got to get there one year.
There's the operating engineers coming down. Well, that's the state organization. So they are in state.
And I'm sure they are here in support of our Grand Marshal this year, Tommy Giblin.
Exactly right. Colleague of the Assembly. There's the American Legion.
Honor Guard.
Tom Giblin is the business manager for the operating unit.
I'd be remiss, Greg, too, if I didn't mention last year's other honorees who didn't get a chance to march. Mike McGovern was the Irish Person of the Year, and Alice Sinatra, our beloved Alice Sinatra, was Irish Woman of the Year, and she's been so active in the community affairs. And at some point, we will see or may have passed already, the float, and the float is always put together year in, year out. The American Irish Association float is put together by Alice Sinatra. Last year's Miss American Irish was Charlie Shaughnessy's granddaughter, Kylie. And Kylie Shaughnessy, and the lady in waiting was Kelly Vasquez, who is this year's Miss American Irish.
American Irish, exactly right. Yeah, it looks like we have a break along the parade route. You can see some of the crowd along there, particularly to the right as you look at your screen. 4 or 5 deep. Nice to see people come out. There's Monmouth and Ocean County's AFL CIO folks. Wyatt Earp is the president. And yes, he is related to Wyatt Earp.
How about that?
Michael Ryan, Secretary Treasurer. He's a distant relationship, this Wyatt Earp. And we see look at the train running around in the middle of the parade, huh? Good view up Main Street as the parade takes a rest. Usually what happens is that the bands and such are playing in front of the reviewing stand because there are competitions.
That's right,
that
Greg.
go on in the course of
There's
that.
actually, for the various groups, there's awards, the, color guards, the marching bands, pipe bands, Okay, so let's take it out to Sean Keaveney, our man on the street, and he's with this year's Grand Marshal, Tommy Giblin. Sean?
Yeah, Jim, standing here with Tom Giblin, who's the Chairman, Grand Marshal this year. And Tom, what do you think of the parade so far?
Well, first of all, I want to say that I'm very honored to be the Grand Marshal of the 2011 St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Woodbridge. Great turnout of spectators, a lot of participants, and there's a lot of good, lively spirit in the honor of St. Patrick.
Now, you yourself, you got your Irish roots from Roscommon at Mayo, Sligo?
Yes, my father came here as a teenager in 1927 from County Roscommon. He captured the American dream, had a very successful career in government and the late movement, and hopefully I'm following his legacy.
Now, you were the Grand Marshal of the Newark Parade not too long ago, right? How's it feeling with today?
Newark was going back in 1975. That's 36 years ago, but still it's a great honor, even this year being recognized here in Woodbridge, and I enjoy being at a lot of the meetings with the American Irish Association of Woodbridge and all the positive things they are doing here for the community. I just want to say my appreciation and thanks.
All right, thank you, Tom. Again, congratulations.
We are back. Thank you, Assemblyman Giblin. Congratulations on your honor. There's the Vern Fowler School of Dance. Now I got a story for you about the Vern Fowler School of Dance. I met my wife there.
Wow.
Back when-
Tell us more.
She was like 8 and my sister's 7. And our moms, they danced together. It was in Metuchen at the time.
And you were 18?
And no, this wasn't 18. That would be illegal. But our moms met, became
Charlie
friends.
Shaughnessy spirit.
Yeah, that's right. They used to give me a kill button for Shaughnessy. I'm going to get one for you, Derek. And the rest, as they say, is history.
And wasn't she working at Disneyland, Craig?
My wife, actually.
Was Minnie Mouse?
Wait, we got to have a warning notice here. If you have little children watching the parade with you, you may want to close their ears. Yes, my wife played Minnie Mouse.
There we go.
She did hospital shows and mall shows, parades. And we now have our mayor, John McCormick. Sean?
Yeah, I'm standing here with Mayor John McCormick. And John, what do you think of the parade this show?
It's excellent, especially considering last year was a hurricane and was rained out. This is a fantastic performance. It seems like not only the people who would have watched it last year, but even more out this year. It might be the biggest crowd I've seen since I've been marching.
Yeah, I heard it's like 120 units or something like that.
Yeah,
Out today.
huge parade. You know, Tom Gilman's been a great grand marshal. He certainly brought a couple extra units and a bunch more advertising. It's been a great group. Jimmy Cairns, Ronnie Welsh. It's just a fantastic group of honorees, and that speaks volumes to why the parade's so popular.
I know it's a great ceremony today. And how was the crowd coming down in the route?
Real good. The ceremony was excellent. I mean, there's so many good people in this club. The American Irish Association of Woodbridge does great things for our town. You know, it does food shelters, food pantries, homeless visits, you name it. They do great things. It's not just a parade. It's a great organization that does great things for our community.
All right, thank you for stopping by, Mayor. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, and welcome back. The mayor had mentioned our Irish Lady of the Year this year, Ronnie Welsh, who's very active in Woodbridge Township as well. And Ronnie is one of 8 children raised in a big American Irish family. Born in Elizabeth, she attended Blessed Sacrament Grammar School, Lafayette Junior High, and she's lived in Virginia and now lives in Carteret for the last 14 years. She's very active with the domestic violence team here in Woodbridge, I know, Craig. And I hear she makes great cookies every time I hear the mayor
That's right. He
talk about
compliments her cookies. While we were talking, and some of the folks were by, we mentioned before earlier, there was Legionnaires Senior Marching Band. We didn't say that they were from Carteret, New Jersey, our neighbors in the Northeast. And they were here. They consist of members of the Veterans World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, as well as their sons and daughters. They've been together since 1961 and have won numerous state championships. We also saw the Vern Fowler School of Dance, and in addition to my little story, they do dedicate and do a dance to benefit senior citizens. And of course, Roaming Railroad. We saw that little train running around. They sent that off. Roaming Railroad LLC in the Cosmo was their person, and they are happy to participate in the St. Patrick's Day Parade. And we saw the Colonial, I think it was Colonial, right? Colonial Fire District go by.
I believe you're right on that one, Craig. We have another one of our pipe bands here in our screen.
If we thumb through our booklets to try and find exactly who they are on the banner, why don't we take a listen? There they are. Plenty of pipe bands to celebrate this St. Patrick's Day parade.
Craig, if I'm not mistaken, there should be the Central Jersey Pipes and Drums pipe band.
Okay.
We do the best with the line of march that we're
it's
giving,
more.
but there's frequent changes back at Woodbridge High School, where the parade starts promptly every year at 1:30.
All right. And so let me send it back to you, Sean. He is joined by Congressman Frank Pallone, Congressman Leonard Lance, and Assemblyman John Wisniewski.
Right. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, I'm saying some elected officials on
All right, Assemblyman John Wisniewski.
Congressman Frank Pallone.
I'm Congressman Leonard Lance.
All right, Jim, how do you like the parade so far? How do you think of the crowd?
Oh, it's a fantastic crowd. The weather is fantastic for a St. Patrick's Day parade. And this is great for the community. It helps the business district. It's great for community spirit and pride.
Well, nice weather this time instead of last year, right?
Oh, absolutely. The weather's great, and I'm having a good time, and everybody's in green, and I see green hats and green dogs and green scarves, and the whole place is decked out in green. So.
Even green hair.
Stand here with green hair and a green beard, yeah. How do you think the parade so far?
I'm honored to be able to march in this parade. I'm honored to represent Woodbridge in Congress, and there is a great sense of community in this wonderful town.
All right. Thank you, John, for stopping by. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Congressman. Thank you, John, my colleague from our district.
Here,
Here we have the dog show.
the Therapet Dog Show. And I'll tell you what, Craig, this is a tremendous group. They volunteer their time. What they do is they go to local area nursing homes. And as you know, you knew my mom. My mom was in a local area nursing home. Both our moms suffered from Alzheimer's.
Sure.
And Therapet would come in, and I got to tell you that, those wagging tails and the folks in the home would just beam.
Surely.
Oh, they really do a tremendous job. Volunteer their time, and a great organization. We welcome you to the parade.
Yeah, it's nice to come out. Nice day for a walk, and I'm sure the dogs appreciate it as well. And of course, such wonderful work that they do. They received the mayor's recognition at Woodbridge Center this year in the annual volunteer awards, and well deserved. And who do we have here? Let's see. I believe this is the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary. They do boat training and boat inspections and help patrol the waterfront.
And they put that boat together for us.
There's their newest member, our own Director of Recreation, John Eberhardt. What a terrific guy John is.
Yes, he is. Hello, John.
There he is. Gets to enjoy this one. He works so hard at the holiday parade. It's nice to see him relaxing as they
Kick him back a little bit.
Yeah. He's an old Navy guy. And they are followed by, let's see, I'm going to go with Troop 80450 from Island.
One of the 9 sections here in Woodbridge Township.
Girl Scouts of Central and Southern New Jersey. 15 members in the group. Connie Dolly. Connie Dolly is the troop leader, along with Donna McCarthy. She's the assistant troop leader, so thank you for participating. And this looks like a Marine Corps flag. Not quite sure. Or a fire flag. Fellas on motorcycles, thanks for joining us, guys.
It should be the Island Volunteer Fire Company Explorer Post. They ring screen until this motorcycle group, the Red Knights. This should be the Red Knights.
There we go.
They're not all red, though. That one's not red.
That one's
Right?
pretty
That one's pretty green. Appropriate for today.
Absolutely. Got his Irish on, and there we see coming into number 1.
I see Kevin Wirtz.
Well,
Chief is Ed Mullen.
okay, so we're going to
Sean on the street.
Sean on the street.
Yeah, Jim, we're over here sitting there with new elected officials. We're going
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
to wait.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
So what do you think of the parade so far, besides the motorcycle noise?
I think it's wonderful. It's great to see so many children out and enjoying the day. Got beautiful weather, got a huge crowd, and just loving it.
And you represent Avenel. Now you have that Avenel Day coming up.
Yep. Avenel Community Day is Saturday, May 21st. We're rolling along parade, not as big as this one, but we will have a parade and then a picnic afterwards. Everything free to anyone in Avenel and all of Woodbridge. Please come out and join us May 21st, Avenel Community Day.
So how's it feel being a newly elected official?
Well, I'm enjoying it, and this is my first parade, and these are the great times, and it's a lot of fun seeing all of the energy and all the young kids out really enjoying themselves. Having a lot of fun so far.
All right, thank you for stopping by. Back to you, Jim. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. And with Sean was our 3rd Ward Councilwoman, Michelle Charbello, our Councilman at Large, Kyle Anderson, and freeholder, Charlie Tamaro.
There's our newest freeholder, and there we see some of the equipment from the Island Fire Department as they slide down Main Street. Chance to thank the sponsors of the parade, Jim. You know how much they mean to the success of this event. Without them, it really wouldn't be possible.
It really costs a lot of money to put this parade on the street. The logistics of it, the bands do need to be compensated, the award, all the awards that they give out. And it starts early on, Craig. It starts usually before September, the fundraising efforts. We mentioned Charlie earlier, one of their...
All right. Yep, you're right. So we'll be back to that. But right now we have Sean is joined by Councilwoman Velasco, Mayor Resigliano, and I think someone else. Go ahead. Take it away, Sean.
Hey, thank you, guys. I'm standing out here.
Karen.
Mayor, how you doing? How do you feel about the parade?
I think the parade is wonderful, and I thank all of you in Woodbridge for inviting Mayor of Edison to join you. This is a wonderful event, and I'm just so happy to be with you. You want to come to Edison and help us out?
And how do you think the parade's going now?
Hi. This is one of the best turnouts we've ever had after this long, brutal winter. And thanks to the American Irish and organizing. And you also got the weather right this time. So thank you very much. And a happy St. Patty's Day.
Thank you, Greg. How's it going with you?
Great, Sean. I haven't been to as many of these as you has, but it is a great crowd, as Brenda said, and the weather's not bad, and it's a great day to be a Irish American. So thank you for having us. Mayor, thank you so much for coming. It's great to see you.
All right. Thank you. Back to you guys.
Okay, Sean, thank you. And of course, that was Councilman at Large Greg Ficara. Forgot when I was told he was going to do this. And here we see, I believe this is the... Wait a minute. I guess this is the... It looks like this is the Woodbridge Fire Department. I think that was the honor guard of the Marine Corps who led in the pipe and...
It should have been the Richmond County Pipes and Drums Pipe Band, which would be, I believe, the 3rd or 4th of the pipe bands that we have here in the parade.
Right. They were with the Woodbridge group. The Woodbridge Fire Department was established back in 1897, Jim, a couple of years before you were born. And now they service Woodbridge proper and Seawarren, and Ron Luminelli is their chief. And now we have Councilman Luban with Sean. Take it away.
Thank you, guys. Hey, Councilman, so how do you feel about today?
Sean, I love it today. You know what it is? We got one of the biggest crowds we've had in many years. The weather's perfect. And I'm enjoying myself tremendously. It's great to be Irish at least one day a year.
And now you heard you telling me that the people en route, there was a lot of people standing out watching the parade?
From Woodbridge High School to here, it's been 4 deep, at least 4 deep all the way. The young people are out there having a great time. The babies are waving. The parents are yelling at us to wave back. It's a good time. We're really enjoying ourselves. And there's no snow. That's the best part.
All right. Thank you, Council, for stopping by. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sean. And we see here's a unique one. This is the South Amboy Boat Club of Woodbridge. Well, how does that happen, Jim? Here's how that happens. Well, they were originally in South Amboy. They had a boat club right there along the waterfront. But the waterfront is under development. And so they needed a home. And Woodbridge embraced the boat club, which has been in existence since 1952.
Talk about intercommunity cooperation.
Ah,
Craig, huh?
exactly. Their Commodore is Tony Aravello, and they have about 40. Let's see if well, they play traditional. It's a traditional yachting outfit, so that's what they're wearing. We see some happy Irish faces. That's the South Amboy Boat Club, of course, of Woodbridge.
I love it.
It's like the baseball team, the Angels. They're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
There you go.
I know a lot of useless facts.
I didn't think that was useless, Craig.
No, okay. It was timely.
It's
Relevant.
timely.
Relevant.
This is a good time filler here.
Strive for relevance. Look at that cute little face.
I'm assuming this is part of the boat club. Yes, it is.
There you go. Look at that. SABC. And now we will scurry through our sheets to find out what
That'd be American Legion.
Yep.
Post 87.
87. There we go. Thank you.
And they've got somebody tooling around town on his little green bicycle there. I don't think this is the group that typically stops in front of the TV mics and shoots their guns off, Craig, but I guess you never know.
There's Daisy Troop 8228. And American Legion Post 87. There you go.
Well, there
you
we
were
go.
wrong. Yep. United
Not
States.
to disappoint.
Not to disappoint. American Legion Post 87.
There's Girl Scout Troop 80215.
Yeah.
Central and Southern New Jersey.
They have big numbers on the.
I know when I was a kid, I don't remember that. I thought we were kind of like Cub Pack 48 of Island. All of a sudden, we're into these.
The Cub Scouts are low.
Quadruple digits.
Now the Girl Scouts and Cubs and Brownies are high. I guess they, I don't know how the Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts
I don't either. All these big numbers.
Their teen scouting group. So Chibenko is the scout leader. Lots of, there's a number of troops here. There's Troop 81599.
These are Girl Scouts, and they're from Carteret, one of our neighboring towns, Craig, and an area with that you had worked in as well.
Absolutely. Happy St. Patrick's Day from the folks at 81599. The leaders is Robin Hill, my neighbor and friend from Ford's.
And they're followed by the Dance Factor, home of Power and Motion, Craig.
Yeah, you and I could use that. 15 years old is the dance school.
They have about 20 marchers with them.
And Joanne and Lee Tuber are the owners. They are in Fords. And there we see them. And there it is. Oh, look at that banner. James P. Durick, Esquire. One of our sponsors.
And I'm happy to be a sponsor of this great organization, Craig.
There you go. You got a banner marching down, all nice and green and white.
And we'd like to thank actually all of our sponsors, whether you bought an ad in the ad book or you have a banner here in the parade.
And there we see the JFK Memorial High School Marching Mustang. 40 members strong. Been around since 1965 and have a tremendous tradition of success. They've traveled throughout the country and even to Ireland.
Yeah, I think they've been to Dublin a number of times, Craig. So their uniform could be better for St. Patrick's Day.
They got the perfect one.
They really do.
They're followed by VFW Post 4410. Woodbridge. See a number of home servicemen and it's a Rifle Company 113. So thank you guys for all you do for us. We're very, very fortunate, Jim, to go to bed every night knowing that there's guys protecting us.
Absolutely. We appreciate not only sacrifice of our men in service, but their families as well.
Absolutely. That's a good point. And as we see Cub Scout Pack 57 come into view, we have the Irishman of the Year, along with his family, joining Sean right now. Sean?
Jimmy Carrots.
Yeah, guy, we got Jimmy Currents here, our Irish Man of the Year. Jim, how do you like it so far?
It's a great day. It's a great honor to be the Irish Man of the Year. Working on the parade for a couple of years. It's a totally different perspective being honored instead of working on a committee. It's a great honor.
And I also standing next to me, these two fine Carleens. They come over here from Mayo, County Mayo in Ireland. How's it going on?
It's a great honour for us to be here today, and we just want to say thanks very much for inviting us, and we look forward to many more to come.
Sure. How about your cousin?
Sir.
How about Jimmy?
Oh, he's fantastic, although we don't want to say that too often.
All right, so Jim, what do you think about so far? It's a big turnout, though, right, for the parade?
The turnout's been great. Luckily, the weather held up with us this time, so we're really having a good time. There's a big crowd along the roadway, so we're just having a great time.
All right, thanks a lot, Jim. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, Sean.
Girls, I'll see you later.
Craig, it's so fine to hear that.
No, it is. Absolutely.
How refreshing on a day like today. It reminds me of my grandma, Annie Owens.
We should have her in. We should have them in here to do the parade.
Absolutely.
We see as we said, we saw Cub Scout Pack 57. They were founded back in 1955. They are sponsored by the Holy Rosary Church in Hope Lawn. Suzanne.
Oh, here we go. Look out.
Chair, ready
every year.
Fire.
Virginia Cavalry, Mountain Rangers.
There we go. Sorry about the loss, guys.
Our audio guy out there, hope your ears are okay.
And we in the middle was the DeLorean Club of the Mid-Atlantic region. Cars were built actually in Belfast, Northern Ireland, Jim. The only car manufactured in the country alone.
I didn't know that. Northern Ireland.
Well, Northern.
Yeah.
Well, Northern. You're right. They were made famous in 1985 by the movie Back to the Future.
Oh, that's right. The winged doors in the Back to the Future movies.
We saw the Woodbridge Township Republican Organization.
Right.
Vitaric, the president, holding the banner right there. And there were two groups, actually. There was also the 2nd Rhode Island Volunteer Infantry. They were Civil War reenactors, and they were joined by the Virginia 7th Cavalry Civil War reenactors.
Here's the Woodbridge Animal Shelter, Craig.
Boy, what great work they do.
Yes, they do.
Tom Vitaric, of course, the chairman of that Republican organization. Your counterpart. Woodbridge Animal Shelter. Let's see, who do we have there? Marge Petro, I know, has done awful lot of work, but she's one of many volunteers who are so dedicated. We have a terrific animal shelter now.
And actually, they've taken abandoned animals from different municipalities in the area. Am I right on that, Craig?
Well, they do. We have shared services agreements with a number of communities, but they're a very caring lot, Jim. They really try to nurse animals that they find back to health and try to find them homes. And this is just a very dedicated group of caring people. So thanks for participating. Thanks for your service to the Township of Woodbridge. And coming into view is our friends from Perth Amboy, the Perth Amboy Fire Department.
And we'll go now to Sean on the street with the club president, Claire Malosha.
Thank you, guys. Yes, this is Claire Malosha. She's the president of the Woodbridge American Irish Association. So, Claire, how's it going today?
It's going great. Very happy for the big turnout we had. And, of course, the weather held up. I'm honored to be president also of the American Irish. And I think the marshals and the parade marshals, parade chairman, co-chairman, they did a great job on this parade. And I thank all of them.
And I had a good turnout here on the route and everything. It was a big one.
Yes. All along the route, it was great. Everybody clapped for us. They were very happy for the good turnout we had.
All right. Thank you, Claire, for stopping by. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Claire. We see the Perth Amboy Fire Department, Jim. They go back to 1886. Can you imagine that?
That's amazing.
It is. The chief is David Volk. And they are joined by Councilman William Petrick marching with them. They've run several marching awards, including the Woodbridge Holiday Parade and the Woodbridge St. Patrick's Day Parade, State Fair Parade. So, outstanding.
And we welcome you. We're always happy to see the volunteer groups from our surrounding communities come and join us for our parade. Right, Carteret and Perth Amboy and South Amboy and Moraine and Union. This is St. Brendan Pipes and Drums.
Point Pleasant. Mike Gale is the pipe major.
Steve Blank is the drum corporal, and Dan Major.
They've won bagpipe awards in Jersey Shore region.
And let's listen into them for a little bit.
St. Brendan the Navigator, pipe and drum. And next we see the Davis Academy of Irish Dance, step dancers. See them wedged in there.
That was the Marine Corps
hymn.
Yeah, I'm always fascinated with these Irish step dancers, Craig. The uniforms are just gorgeous, and I understand they can cost several $100s.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. And just the step dancing itself is quite a feat.
It is.
Literally feat.
Pun intended?
Pun intended.
We see. Let's see. We're gonna see a little. We're gonna get to be lucky enough to see a little step dancing.
But look at how beautiful those uniforms are.
Intricate they are.
Just gorgeous. You know, I took Irish step dancing until I was about 7. Craig. I don't know if you knew that.
You're light on your feet. Jim.
Yeah, I'm very light on my feet.
We see the St. Cecilia Knights of Columbus. Auntie Peppy, the Grand Knight for this year.
Another group within our community. It's very active,
very
charitable works.
55 years old. Let's see. They do lots of charitable work throughout the year, that's for sure. Where we see Knights of Columbus collecting for wine and the Tootsie Rolls. And we see now Pack 31 from Port Reading. New, of course, in the Port Reading section.
There we have a vintage vehicle.
Let's see. Could that be the Williams Motor Coach? Perhaps. And here we have that's the Cub Scouts, I believe.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you.
31.
And they look like they're having a ball, Craig.
Absolutely.
These guys are having a great time.
The funky hats, big ties. Look at that guy. Hey,
there we go.
There you go.
They're having a great time.
And this is the
Avenel Fire Department. Under the leadership of Chief Daniel Mizak, President Corey Spiller, another one of our very fine volunteer fire departments within the township.
They go back to 1913 when first founded, so they have a 100th anniversary coming up in a couple of years. We are so fortunate to have such dedicated volunteers. You know, whenever you need them, they're going to be there.
Absolutely.
Something we sometimes take for granted.
So we'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of our volunteers. First aid, fire departments. And again, you know, we had mentioned earlier, it's not only what they contribute, Craig, but also the support of their families.
Absolutely. You know, it's their family who has to say goodbye in the middle of dinner when they have to run out.
At any time.
You know, wherever they're at. So we have to leave. So thank you guys and keep up the good work. We appreciate it. There we go. There's a little, well, not such a little leprechaun, but a leprechaun. Another one of our divisions, sponsored, but this one by Ford's Jewelers.
Yeah, we started to talk about it a little bit earlier, Craig. You asked me about the fundraising effort. And one of the things that Charlie was so active in was with the ad book. He and Bill Donovan and Jack Ward, Bill and Jack in Charlie's absence, still do a tremendous amount of legwork. Every year, the ad book seems to get thicker and thicker. And in my office, I know it used to be Charlie, but now when I see Bill and Jack Ward coming, I tell my secretary, hide the checkbook out the back door.
Man. I have to tell you, those guys were dogged.
They are dogging. They do a tremendous job.
Oh, they do their job. I mean, in only the best way.
In only the best way, and I mean it with the greatest respect. But if they miss you once, they'll be back 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
Forget it.
At least.
No. Till they get the check. There's no putting a check in the mail.
And now we see the Woodbridge High School Marching Barons, one of the 3 high schools that we have here in Woodbridge, Craig.
Absolutely, under direction of DJ Dunlop. So Woodbridge yesterday marched in the South Amboy Parade. They put on a terrific show. They're about 60 strong. Band director, of course, DJ Dunlop. Stacy Huber is the color guard advisor.
Eric Craig, that's where your kids attended, correct?
Matt is, in fact, where one of my both two of my boys are off to college. They went to Woodbridge High, and my youngest Nicholas is a freshman here this year.
There we go.
They're founded back in 1957. Taylor Doolin is the drum major. Erica Bradshaw and Taylor Doolin are the drum major. Woodbridge High School Marching Barons.
And apparently Woodbridge High School this year, Craig is having a musical. Their spring musical is 13 the Musical.
13 musical. B. But for information, reach out to the school. Hey, they're always.
That's a lively tune they're playing.
There we go. Thursday the 24th. I think that's what the banner said. Thursday the 24th. There's some of the cast and crew, I presume, of 13 the Musical at Woodbridge High. Try if you have chance, ladies and gentlemen, go out and watch them. They're terrific.
Support not only our high school sports programs, which are excellent, but our high school arts programs.
Exactly.
These kids have got a lot of talented kids out there, Craig, and I like to see the popularity of the TV show Glee. Apparently, is drawing some
real
fresh attention.
Exactly right. We do have the dates, Jim. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, to something that. These kids put a lot of time and effort, and there's a lot of talent in Woodbridge Township. So go see 13.
13, March 24th through the 27th. That's Thursday through Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and then Sunday a matinee at 2, $10 in advance, $12 at the door. So get your tickets early.
This is the KSC Middlesex Council 857, which is situated right here in Woodbridge proper. Craig, right at the corner of Route 35 and Main Street.
Woodbridge KFC. Let's see. They were organized in December of 1926. And we see the Senior Billiards Club. Mike Choma is the
Faithful Navigator.
Yeah, let's see if we have the Grand Knight. I don't know who the Grand Knight is this year.
One of many senior marching units that we have.
They won the first place in the senior marching unit in 1986 and 1990. Let's see. There we go. Knights of Columbus, Woodbridge Township. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for your hard work and dedication to the community.
I see our own Sean Keaveney is the Color Corps commander with that KSE group.
Yeah, we see the Woodbridge Billiards Club. Our own Pat Trombetta, the president. Pat, of course, along with Frank St. Marie and Chet, do a tremendous job at putting together the Woodbridge. There's Pat, we see him with the white hat on back there. Do a tremendous job putting together the Senior Olympics every year. Woodbridge fortunate enough to host again in 2011, be in September.
Yeah, they really do put a lot of effort into that. They'll take credit.
A ton. It
seems to be gaining more and more momentum every year.
It is. It does. Yeah. It's gained. It's really found a home too. You know, it used to be throughout the state, and of course other communities could try to bid on it. But Woodbridge has really done a terrific job, and the folks at the state Senior Olympic Committee are just thrilled with the job that Woodbridge has done and the welcoming of all of the businesses along the community, including the community center. How timely, as we see the YMCA Community Center, a terrific facility on Main Street.
Great facility, and again, a lot of different activities come out of our Woodbridge Community Center, right, Craig?
Absolutely. That is just a terrific place. And
ice skating, roller skating,
pretty soon
hockey teams, right?
That's absolutely right. Both our hockey, all three of our hockey teams
play over there on the ice at the community center.
That's what made it possible, is the communities, or us having our own ice.
There's Nancy Drum with I don't know who.
Blue from Blue's Clues, of course. Well, a character who looks like Blue of Blue's Clues, who's probably got a trademark on it. Copyright. Anyway, there he is.
Nancy is the membership director of the Woodbridge YMCA.
Oh, look at that. A hug for Blue.
Oh, that's adorable. You gotta love it.
You gotta love that.
Oh, that's terrific.
Yep. I'm going to give some credit to looking back here, the Woodbridge Senior Billiards Club, is Anthony Falco is the one of the leaders of that organization as well.
Now I want to see if this character is going to get a hug from the same individual. Where's that little one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
This character you got me on. I'm not
not sure on that one.
On that one. I see we're not getting any help from the booth on this one. I piped right up with the Blues Clues. That's
Dora the Explorer,
of course.
Thank you, Lee. And now we know we have some pauses in the parade as it goes along, Craig. Huh?
Yeah,
it's the little ones.
Yeah, they're stopping to.
We thought it was the adults. It's the little ones.
And we found out that John Brower is the Grand Knight of Council 857. John, congratulations. We're also included in that group was the Arenas at Woodbridge, which is the new food.
And that
new restaurant.
See is a late edition of, we have a few of vehicle contingents, Craig. These are all McGuire Cadillacs. little young gentleman throwing out the old Tootsie Rolls.
There you go. Always a hit. And I'll tell you, we're talking back to the community center for just a second. You know, there's plans in the works to put a miniature golf place there. Well, that'll be a lot of fun for the summers to come. Pipe and drum corps from Barnegat Bay all the way up the parkway to share in this parade. So thanks for coming by. We talk about the community center. They have all sorts of programs there for, you know, from cradle to till you're a senior. You got lots of stuff that you can do there. So
Absolutely. We'll
check that place.
got a tremendous swimming pool. They had some terrific workout rooms. They got a great basketball court. And if you are a resident of Woodbridge Township, Craig, you can't beat the deal for family membership.
Absolutely. It's absolutely true. Ray Harris is the drum major of the Barnegat Pipes and Drums, or the Pipes and Drums of Barnegat Bay, who hosts the annual Toms River Celtic Festival on July 9th this year at Christ Episcopal Church. So if you happen to be in Toms River, stop by.
Yeah, we'll sit in for some night for a little bit.
The Marine Corps hymn again.
Again.
You know, we see the St. Anthony's Church of Port Reading, Boy Scouts Troop 31.
Scoutmaster Joe Massey. And for all our Scout Masters and all the parents who volunteer, we thank you for the time and effort and appreciate your showing up and supporting our St. Patrick's Day parade.
Also in that group was the PAC 31 Cub Scouts. They had later Tom Hendricks. So thanks for all of your hard work. And appropriately, they lead the Port Reading Fire Department as they come down Main Street. They go back to 1904.
Chief Jeff Gatuski. Mr. Coughlin, I'm glad you got that pronunciation correct. I noticed you got the pronunciation of Celtic correct. I'm amazed by the number. Well, I'm Irish too. Of the Irishmen that pronounce it Celtic. And I said, no, Celtic is the basketball team. Celtic are the Irish.
That's right.
And some related, cultures.
We see another one of those fine organizations, Port Reading, keeping folks in Port Reading safe. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies, for your hard work.
Hi, baby. How are you?
And there we see behind them the Garden State Cruisers, PT Cruisers.
They, you know what, Craig? They've been in a number of our parades already.
They have. In fact, we have a note here. They're 8-time best mobile unit in the St. Patrick's Day Parade. So they own this parade. And in terms of the mobile units, and look at the way they decorate their cars. Too.
Yeah. 2-time winner for the Woodbridge Holiday Parade.
Go. And they also support the Seabright Fire Department since 9/11/01 with car shows, and MS walks, and Sandy Hook. They volunteer vehicles for charity functions. Director is John Abella.
Boy, and they really do deck them all out. No wonder they won 8 times.
Yeah, they really do.
The judges that they have are hired independently too, Craig.
Are they?
Yes, the American Irish. Okay, we'd like to go back on the street to our man Sean Keaveney with Council President and past Grand Marshal Jimmy Carroll.
Hey, thank you, guys. Today with Jimmy Carroll, was the Grand Marshal of 2003. Jim, how do you like it today?
I'll tell you what, this is a great parade, and I hope that's not an editorial comment, but, being a Grand Marshal of this parade was one of the greatest honors of my life, other than my getting married and my kids. But the Woodbridge Irish does a great job. The parade is is a great way to end the winter and start the spring. And we just have a good time. And the crowds have been wonderful today. So I want to congratulate all the honorees, Tom Giblin as our Grand Marshal, and everybody. And listen, it's a great day for the Irish, but it's a great day for everybody in Woodbridge. And God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by, Mr. Council.
Here we see Councilman Carroll. See some of the crowd. I think some of the folks now. That looks good. That looks that blue with the green, Jim, looks
Yeah.
sure.
Craig, I don't know if I ever told you this, but I had the privilege of delivering the message to Jimmy Carroll that he was selected as Grand Marshal.
Really?
And he was in shock, and then he beamed, and he's still beaming.
Yeah, he does. He is.
I mean, if we didn't tell him every year, he'd still think he was a Grand Marshal at his parade.
Yeah, he's a good guy, and
He's a great guy, and he loved being Grand Marshal. I think all of us that have, including myself, I think, when he says that it's just a terrific moment to have in our lives. But Jimmy, he's a standout.
He is, and he's one of the sponsors of the breakfast after the flag raising. So
yes, he is.
Keep paying it forward.
Yes, he does.
You were talking about the judges before, Jim.
Yeah, I wanted to mention that the club does hire, I'm not sure the name of the outfit, but all the judges are independent. And, there's a lot of competition for the different categories, the mobile units, the marching units, the pipe bands, Craig, the senior marching units. And that's why once in a while along the parade route, we will have a pause. And I believe the judges are generally situated right in the area of the railroad overpass.
Oh, really? Okay.
Right before the reviewing stand.
And how many judges would there be for a parade like this?
I'm not really sure. I think there may be 5.
Okay.
But just so everybody out there knows, it is an independent group that does the judging. The American Irish Association itself does not.
That's good. You don't want to make any enemies.
No.
Plus, you want to know everybody who comes, because it is important to many of the groups that they know it's fair, that it's not a hometown.
It is fair, and I would say that given the turnout that we have in marching units every year, they know it. They certainly know it.
And we see the Star Essence Performing Arts Academy. Kira Regan, the leader. And they are located in Edison, right on Amboy Avenue there, not far from Ford's. They're bringing the spirit of St. Patrick's Day with their lively display of Irish dancing. We see some step dancers there.
They certainly look like they're ready to go. They're in position.
And there we go. Again, with some music there. Star Essence Performing Arts Academy.
And there's a little bit of a jig.
Can you still can you do an Irish jig?
I can. I'm not as swift on my feet as I used to be, Craig, but I can do it. Is this a challenge?
No, because I can't.
Yeah, preceding this event, we have, I mentioned it, I think earlier in the opening, Craig, when we do have a nice flag raising at Town Hall, a nice ceremony at Town Hall. That's Mayor McCormick, the MC. The council also participates, and it's generally a wonderful event.
Yeah, it is. The council chamber was packed today. Nice to see everybody come out, raise the flag, celebrate the Irish heritage. Right, see some more of those pretty fancy dresses.
Yeah.
Now, there we are, the Star Essence Performing Arts Academy. Next, the Berkeley College Group, one of our sponsors.
And
Good.
they're a sponsor for Division 4, Craig.
Yeah, they are good corporate neighbors, Jim. They routinely participate in events throughout the township, sponsor any number of things. So thank you, Berkeley College. Fine institution located right past Town Hall. Here we see 4+2. Playing Dixie Jazz, I guess with an Irish flair today. We go back to 1985. They travel along on their flatbed truck. Steve Aldamenti is the conductor. It says they wear red and white Dixieland shirts, but can't see them today.
They're covered up by their jackets.
They are all also dedicated music teachers. Behind them, the ATA Black Belt Academy of Woodbridge. Lafayette Road in Fords. To the right, my neck of the woods. Taekwondo school. We see the 4+2.
Tigger? I think that was Tigger.
Tigger.
We just saw. Got that one right, Craig. Didn't need any help.
Tigger's getting a little help from the leader of the ATA Black Belt Academy there. It's a little tricky. Lead Tigger down the parade line. Tigger just wants to have some fun.
You see on their questionnaire, Craig, they are the largest martial arts organization in the world. ATA has been around since 1969, has over 3,000 schools worldwide.
ATA, of course, American Taekwondo Association. This one's under the direction of Mr. Tony Honorato, who's a 4th degree black belt. And they are followed by the Woodbridge Township Ambulance and Rescue Squad.
President Steve Packer.
Founded in 1937.
Yeah, a lot of these organizations really go back, Craig.
Now located in Island, behind that strip mall that includes Dunkin' Donuts, and Starbucks, and
It's a nice facility they have over
yeah,
there.
it's a big facility.
It's a big facility.
As they come on down the road. Nice. Again, another one of those organizations that we are just so fortunate to have here in Woodbridge Township. And we see some of the little faces along Main Street.
We get towards the end of the
I think
parade.
she's ready for the end. All right.
Still got the tricolor waving, Craig.
Yay.
Oh, boy. Can't beat some of those street shots.
No, that's good. And we see Liberty Tax Services.
Yeah, this time of year, you see them all over.
No, they're all over the place. Yep. Well, they're
all kinds of weather.
In the Statue of
Standing out
Liberty
there,
costume.
statue.
The costume.
Yep.
They're at 96 Main Street now.
And another one of our Cub Scout packs, Craig. Pack 53. We're getting down to the double-digit numbers again.
Our Lady of Peace, Jim Leonardo.
Your neck of the woods, Fords, New Jersey.
Jim Leonardo, Scoutmaster. Jim Leonardo says this is the troop my sons belong to. He's Jim Leonardo, the Cub Master, and he has been dedicated. You know, he doesn't have any children in the organization anymore. Jim's youngest son is 21. He just is a dedicated man who cares about scouting and does a phenomenal job. So, Jim, thank you for your service. And congratulations, everybody.
And it is a great organization. I have some of the fondest memories, Craig, of Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and just a whole lot of fun.
Yep.
Earning your badges, your merit badges. You had to do this project and that project, and Pine Derby racing.
Oh, yeah.
Which has reached a whole new level since we were kids.
Oh, yeah. We did. Now we see some of the parents.
I know.
Who support their organization. Nothing happens without the...
parental support.
Actually, the Cub Scouts are joined by the Our Lady of Peace School, including their cheerleaders, their basketball teams there. Yeah. And they are marching along there along with their Cub Scouts. And Sean has some other guests on the street, so Sean, we'll throw to you right now.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I'm standing here with my grandson, Drew Keaveney, and my granddaughter, Sarah Electra. How are you kids enjoying the parade? I didn't like it. What? Say hello. All right, back to you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Sean. You really got your grandkids all pumped up there for the interview process.
You tell we didn't rehearse.
I thought your granddaughter was saying, what parade?
There's the Hope Lawn Engine Fire Company, serving the people of Hope Lawn since 1914.
Their chief is Brian Turcott, Craig.
Yes, he is.
Assistant Chief Mike Walsh.
Annual participant in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and great thanks to them.
Here comes Tony's Ponies.
Tony's Ponies from Woodbridge, New Jersey.
They participate in the Avenel Community Appreciation Day. They offer free pony rides over there, Craig.
And 2 ponies, let's see, one is Slate and one is Chocolate Chip. And then that's Slate leading the parade and followed by Chocolate Chip leading the group. And now, moving up on the outside is Chocolate Chip as they march down Main Street. Tony's Ponies participated in the Avenel Community Appreciation Day and gave free pony rides. Here they are, Tony's Ponies. Thanks for coming.
And I'm sure they'll be at the upcoming Avenel Appreciation
on
Day
May
again.
21st.
That's
Mark
right,
the calendar.
May 21st. Avenel Appreciation Day.
They'll march up to Avenel Park, or Frank Pelsman Park, and this is the national name these days, in honor of our former great mayor, Frank Pelsman. Tony's Ponies. Well, Jim, as it winds down here, well, we still got a good way to go. We still have a number of
we still
units
have a number
left
of units, correct.
There we see, let's see, this is New Jersey Co-ed pageant title holders. Let's see if they gave us their names. No. Okay, well, congratulations, ladies. We wish we knew who you were. They are from Kissimmee, Florida. The organization is. Tammy Charles is the pageant state director. That's freeholder Carol Barrett in the vehicle.
And all the way from, what is it, Kissimmee? I never get that right, Craig.
No.
But anyway, they came a long
Maybe
way
it's
from
like
Florida.
something Celtic to the folks in Kissimmee or Kissimmee.
Yeah, or Houston Street or Houston Street. Which is it?
Depends on whether you're in New York or in Texas.
That's right.
Here's the Union County Police and Fire Pipe and Drum Corps. Ed
Donnelly is their pipe major. It's another group that has now marched in our parade a number of times. They were best in the grade at the Ellis Convention. And let's listen in to the pipes as we watch the little ones along the side trying to keep warm.
Yeah. Here we go. Union County Pipe and Fire, Police and Fire Pipe and Drum. And they are followed by St. James Wildcats. The cheerleading from St. James School. They've won many trophies and some national titles as well. Practice very hard. They wanted us to know they practice very hard and cheer for their boys who won first place in the 2009 Christmas parade. And there we see coming into view the Woodbridge Corvette Club, another group that participates annually in this event.
Yes, they do, Craig. And again, going back a number of years.
And this October the 9th to be exact, look for the Corvette show at the Woodbridge Recreation Center. It's open to all vehicles. And it'll be the 16th of October. Your president is George Ansett. NS. I'm sorry. Vice president is Steve Miller.
And again, they've been in a number of times, and Corvettes, people that love their Corvettes, Craig, love their Corvettes.
They do. Well, they're cool cars. They
are cool cars. No question about it.
Yeah.
Now, if you had your druthers, would you be driving one of those, Craig?
Sure. I'm not sure that the only car that I would.
That had about as much enthusiasm as that little one sitting on the curb.
No. I like Corvettes. I just didn't know. I mean, in the abstract, would I drive a Corvette? Sure. There's other cars that I like as well. You didn't ask me what was the only car. I think they're cool. I think they're very cool.
And we must have somebody performing in front of the reviewing stand right now, Craig.
Because getting a good view of the Corvette Club as they wait to continue their march.
We're getting an extended view of the Corvette Club. And now I'm going to start asking you if you can identify the years of the Corvettes.
Absolutely.
The white one on the left in our screen?
Absolutely not. Can you?
No, absolutely not.
We see some of the happy faces inside.
There we go. Love to see those tricolor flags, kids.
There you go. Got a nice pretzel somewhere along the parade route.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Well, why don't we take a break while we watch the Corvettes hang around? Corvettes don't like to stand still like this. They're cars. They should be rolling down a highway.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back. Stay with us, everybody. And welcome back, everyone, as we cover this year's annual St. Patrick's Day Parade, 38th annual St. Patrick's Day
And
Parade.
hello to our cameraman up there on the boom, Woodbridge Channels.
That's Scott Brennan, I think.
Hello, Scott. We have that right?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Bruno Martin. Sorry, Bruno.
Hello, Bruno.
Look all bundled up there.
This should be Ford's Fire Company number 1.
It is indeed. Here we go. Nice. Let's see. The chief is Howie Bauer. There he is, 2011. Chief Howie Bauer. I always make a point to say hello to Howie. Very involved in Ford's Little League as well.
Their 100th anniversary serving the town of Ford's, Craig, and the township of Woodbridge.
Absolutely. Our own township's own Dennis Henry, Director of Public Works, one of the commissioners. It's my home section, and so
they do all help each other out, Craig. If in one of the fire districts a fire is something that needs help,
right,
and they pitch in.
They do. You see some of the equipment. And there's another of those dedicated groups of volunteers that we're so fortunate to have here in Woodbridge. They support all the causes. I know as through my involvement in the Forest Clare Barton Baseball League, they have hosted workouts for us when it's too cold to go outside, and they could let us conduct annual registrations there. Just the kind of thing that they do at firehouses throughout the this great community of ours. Ford's Fire Company. They go back to 1911. So this June, they will be celebrating their 100th anniversary.
Right, their 100th anniversary.
100th anniversary this year. That'll be a special event. There'll be a parade, a big party, and a picnic. So look for that this coming summer.
Yeah, Craig, going back years, I had mentioned it earlier in the opening that the association, it's been on a block in Woodbridge for 45 years now. It was founded on July 4th, 1966.
You want to hold that.
We're going to go to Sean on the street.
All right, thank you guys. I'm standing here with Tom Henderson, was the 2010 Grand Marshal. Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing well, Sean. It's been a nice day. They had great weather this year. Unfortunately, we had a little problem last year, but I had a great time. I was on the float, and it was really a wonderful time today. There's a lot of people watching the parade. It was a good experience.
Yeah, that's what I heard. How'd you like the ceremony this morning?
It was nice, too, as well. It's always, the mayor always puts on a good show, and it was a very nice ceremony. I look forward to it every year.
Oh, congratulations again, Tom, and thank you for stopping by.
Thank you, Sean.
Thanks, Sean. And Tom Henderson was our Grand Marshal for last year. Unfortunately, because of the terrible weather last year, we did have to cancel the parade. Tom Henderson is one of the greatest guys you'd ever want to meet, and I mean that sincerely, Craigie. He and I have been friends since third grade. We go back a long time, so it's like a 50-year friendship. And Tom would give you the shirt off his back.
And you still live within a block of one another.
That's right. We're on the same block over in Colonia. That just happened to work out. And his daughters and his son are like children to me, and my kids are like to he and his wife, Carol. Same thing.
There we see Stillo Excavation Incorporated, founded in 1986. And they sent along some of their construction trucks. They're members of the Irish American Club. Mike Peak, the operating manager.
And they are appropriately a big wheel unit. I see a type of group, other big wheel unit.
There we go.
And indeed they are.
They are indeed.
Rita's is now open. They know how to do a banner, Craig.
They do now open. Well, they they do close for the winter, and
yes, they do.
Like the parade, the parade sort of kicks off. I think it was Councilwoman Charmello said it earlier. Kicks off the spring season, or maybe it was Jimmy Cowan. Remember? We have all the parades mark sort of seasons as well.
That's right.
The holiday parade, of course, the holiday season and winter and. Everybody has some pent-up demand to get outside. And
that's right.
Celebrate spring, and
we have Gelati Girl.
And there we go.
That's right. That's another harbinger of spring.
Absolutely.
Right. And I think the vernal equinox is March 20th or 21st, Craig? We're right around the corner.
First, I think. Yeah.
That's right. Right around the corner to the beginning of spring.
Exactly right.
And we're ready.
We are ready. We have
after this Jersey winter. Whoa.
We have earned it. We had a real winter. That means we're going to have a real spring. So.
That's right.
And we see
Snow be gone.
St. Joe's group from St. Joe's High School, the Falcons. Standing school here in neighboring Woodbridge or neighboring Metuchen, I should say. And you were talking about the organization.
Yeah, they've been around for 45 years, Craig, and their purpose is to endeavor to unite the Irish and Irish Americans of Woodbridge, surrounding areas in a bond of friendship, promote Irish culture, preserve its traditions and heritage, hold high the name, goal, and reputation of the Irish and Irish Americans, protect and defend them, and respectfully commemorate each and every St. Patrick's Day. I would say on all four of those goals, the club has done and does remarkably well.
By the way, that was the St. Joe's High School band. And here's the now.
They're followed by Mother Seton Regional High School, Craig.
Clark. Woodbridge folks go there as well. About 35 people in that group. Joan Barron is the assistant principal, and Donna O'Boylan
And we can hear some strains of One Irish Eyes Are Smiling in the background. They're followed by the Carteret Fire Department, which is now in our screen print.
Our friends from the north, Brian O'Connor, the contact person. Their ladder truck and their cheapest vehicle as well, joining us. Carteret. Terrific town, little town, right? Used to be part of Woodbridge.
Used to be part of Woodbridge, correct. They seceded. They seceded. You and I weren't around, but that happened.
Yeah, we see
the Chevelle Club
of the Garden State Chevelle Club.
Another mobile unit. President Bob Donahue.
Well, this is his season.
This is his season.
They attend car shows to raise funds for those less fortunate. And also they enjoy keeping the iron for those to enjoy. Not quite sure what that means, but as long as others are enjoying it, God bless them.
Part of that group, Dan Foley,
all right,
who has a 2009 Ford Shelby. There goes an old Bel Air. I don't know about you, Craig. I just love talking about cars. Corvettes or People Cruisers or Shelbys. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But some of these older cars, are just unbelievable.
Yeah, they are pretty cool.
I have a buddy of mine that has his 1965. I went totally blank. It's a good car. It's a good car.
Very good. And it's old. Mustang?
No, it wasn't a Mustang. It was
Corvette?
No, keep guessing. I'll let you know when you hit it.
What else? Firebird?
GTO.
Oh, yeah. I was going to get
1965 GTO. He still has the thing.
Really?
I know our buddy Jimmy Nolan is a real car aficionado.
He's
got his Camaro, is it? Is it Camaro? I've seen him at car shows here in town.
I think he's got a Chevelle, too.
Yeah.
As well. As we head in to division number 6 and the Melrose Blackhawks from Melrose, New Jersey, a portion of Sayreville. Drum and Bugle Corps been around since 1979. They've won numerous trophies, really high, including the New Jersey American Legion champion on several occasions. They performed in Disneyland in Florida and Daytona Beach, and represented New Jersey in the American Legion National Convention in Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Indiana, and North Carolina. The direction of it was founded by Jim Kilcummins. Director of the Melrose Blackhawks Drum and Bugle.
We were off screen before one of the other religion sponsors that had gone by his banner, and that was Jim McNichol, who's a CPA over in Islip, Craig.
Yeah. Dance Stars Academy. In view from the Colonia section. They are, of course, the dance school run by Karen Panza and Amy Fabiano. They were the national dance champions in 2008, 9, and 11. Now we can see why.
There's a Lexus all decked out in green.
There you go. Part of the group, I presume.
And this should be the Port Reading first aid squad that's coming into our screen, Craig.
It's true. Fort Reading First Aid.
Under Warren Kolondrisky. Brian Small. Warren is the captain. Brian Small is the president.
We've been serving the community since 1970. Over 40 years of dedicated service from the folks, to the folks. Fort Reading. See some of their equipment. Looking sharp and clean.
You know, in addition to the parade crowd, the American Heart Association had their 45th annual St. Patrick's Day dance, which, in addition to their cocktail party, where they host an event for our honorees each and every year, some good old Irish music, some good old Irish dancing. It's not as big as it used to be. My mom, as you know, was a charter member, was a former Grand Marshal, and there was a place in Island at the top of Oak Tree Road called Royal Oaks. It's no longer there, but she would tell me how when the club was first founded, at their dances, they would have 1,000 people.
Wow.
They would sell out.
Really?
Sell out. And not quite the same, but it's hard to imagine.
Very
1,000, very vibrant club. And they've expanded, a lot of, for example, their involvement with Project Children, their work with the homeless at the Veterans Home. It's a terrific group.
Our friends from Saraville sent over the Melrose Fire Company, and we see their emergency management vehicle. Now, you and your mom also had the unique distinction of each being the Grand Marshals.
That's
I'll
right.
bet that's probably never happened before. Son and the mother.
I don't know. I don't think it has actually. And mom loved being Irish. I'm sure someplace she still does love being Irish. And what I know about the Irish in Ireland comes from Mom and her big family of 9 kids. My grandma. All good memories, Craig.
Yeah.
All good memories.
Here we see Valhalla's Pirates from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. They are the crew of Grace. Oh, this is the crew is Gracie O'Malley from County Mayo, and their captain is Charles Black.
What counties were your family from?
I don't really know.
Craig?
I don't know. My family, the Irish side, my mother's part Irish or was part Irish, but my dad's side, of course, we got the Coughlin surname. They all died very young.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad was 42. He passed,
Right, I remember that. Yep.
And his parents were both deceased when my mom married him. So there's really not much of a history on that side, and I haven't had the occasion to delve back into the name. I've looked at the old, the Irish maps where they publish the names.
Yeah.
And I think those the closest thing they go, it's O'Coghlan, spelled somewhat differently, but that was from County Clare, but I don't really know.
Grace O'Malley.
Here we go.
From County Mayo. My mom's parents were both from County Cavan, and kind of an interesting story that they were both had farms on the outlying area of a little town called Baileyborough. I always loved the name of that town.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great town. They didn't meet until they both had emigrated to New York City, and some Irish fraternal organization is where they met, and went and had 9 children.
Wow.
And I fortunately remember Grandma Annie Owens.
Have you been back to the old side?
Absolutely.
Have you?
3 times.
There's Rainforest Cafe and the Menlo Park Mall. We also saw the Old Timers Auto Club. Joseph Rossi, the president. And here we see some of the pirates.
Hi. How are you? He looks like that character that Johnny Damon plays in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Damon's the outfielder.
There we
They
go.
play for the Yankees.
Doy. Spring is spring trading, Craig. We're talking spring here.
And here we have in a Belford representative. Let's see. I'm not quite sure who the folks are in the car, but they are pageant winners, I'm sure. Can't really sign in. Well, here we have some other pageant winners. Congratulations to them. And here we have some emergency vehicles. So more dedicated volunteers. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I can't make out the name of the organization. So, and we don't have that in front of us, but we're happy that they're here. And mercifully, the Trenton AOH Pipe Band comes into view.
I think that may have been Miss Colonia 2010 in the vehicle, Craig.
Okay. The Trenton AOH Pipe Band was founded in 1995 by the Trenton Hibernians. Colin Duffy is the pipe major. They were voted the best band in the Robbinsville St. Patrick's Day Parade last year. And the Trenton AOH Pipe Band is our last pipe band of the day.
And we'll listen into them, Craig, as we start to wind down here on our 38th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Woodbridge Township.
Another huge success.
Kudos to the American Irish Association of Woodbridge. Great job. Ken Egan and your committee, terrific job. All the work you put in last year couldn't come to fruition because of the hurricane-like weather we had. And there you go, the backbone, the parade marshals.
There we go. Go Irish.
There we go. And they're also, they're along the line of march, Craig. They're back at the high school. They organize each unit as they go off. George Aston and his sister, Mary Alice Jacko, do a tremendous job each and every year. I see Kenny Egan. Go Irish.
So that will do it as we see the police vehicles rolling down Main Street. Or a chance to say congratulations and thanks to a job well done to our extraordinary crew. And I mean extraordinary crew. Lee Beckerman, Gina Forbes, Bruno Martins, Joe Misbarry, Clint Higgins, Emil Brandolfi, Joe Fernandez. And there we see Bruno up in the bucket. He'll be happy to come down. There you go. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Bruno. And happy St. Patrick's Day to all of our crew. Keep up the good work. For my colleague, Jim Durick and Sean Keevy, Craig Coughlin saying, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Erin go bra.